In the course of my instructional videos, I've mentioned a couple times this idea of loading your pen with a brush instead of dipping the pen in a jar, as I've been doing throughout most of the instructions. And I just want to demonstrate that very simply. It's a simple concept. Instead of doing this, right, because it's more difficult to control and requires you to pick your pen up away from your calligraphy, come all the way over here, dip, 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 dip. You can do it more smoothly. I have just a very simple, inexpensive brush here that I've cut off, so honestly, so it just fits in my kit. And I load that with ink. Now there's one other thing I need to do. Let me reach down here, and that is we don't want to spatter ink on our master project. So I'm going to hold this brush horizontal like this and then load up my brush. I can also test my nib here, and then I can begin doing my lettering over here. Then when I need more ink, do you see I don't have to go over here and so forth. My brush will hold a lot more ink right there waiting for me. So it's a lot less disruptive to the writing process, which really helps you establish a rhythm while you're doing your calligraphy. And of course, this applies to any font whatsoever. We might go to a half unseal, which because I was doing Chancery italic, my half unseal is now italicized, so we'll overlook that. That's an option, just not usually one that's taken. But do you see the idea? It's very, very simple and helps eliminate some of the muss and fuss of dipping your pen into a jar. You have a little bit more control. You can go and reload the brush more frequently than you did when you were dipping it, because each reload is less disruptive. Does that make sense? It's just a really good way to streamline your calligraphy process. Now let me re-emphasize, you definitely want a piece of paper underneath this, because as you can see here, it's going to spatter a little bit. So you don't do it on top of your masterpiece. Got it? Just one little tip that'll help you with all of your calligraphy.